Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
This is everything we've worked extremely hard for, Goku. If there was ever a moment where you had the greatest chance of beating Budo, then that chance is right here, right now. You must not crack under the weight of Budo's power. You have proven to possess the necessary skills to win, so now use everything you have to lay claim of this victory. Do not let this slip through your fingers, Goku, because this will be the only shot you will have in making a true difference.
As our story continues with both Primal Ultra Instinct Goku and Budo now shown locked in a very intense beam struggle, with both warriors shown giving it their all, improving their supremacy over the other and seeing which one of them will emerge victorious, as with the sheer force of both of their attacks now shown destroying the entirety of the stage, it was only as the two were now shown struggling for supremacy where Yoshida went on to chime in, "Whoa, incredible! What an unbelievable display of power! Whoa, you better not let that say and overpower you, Budo. It's bad enough that you gave him this much room to adapt and grow, and so you better blow that mortal away unless you want us to laugh at you for the rest of your days." "Oh, listen to me, Goku," Whis went on to shout. "No matter what happens, no matter how intense the pressure may be, do not let him break you, especially not here. Use everything you have and draw forth all of your power to win." "God, he's way too strong. Oh, but I'm not going to fail, no matter how much power you have," Goku went on to shout. "I've been here before, and if I could push through and win back then I will push through and win now," with Budo responding, "Look at you, you've completely lost your mind. Do you honestly think that you have what it takes to hold out longer in this than me? What's the matter? Is the force starting to be a little too much for you to bear, son Goku? I can feel you slipping. I can feel your body beginning to crack under the weight of my power," Budo continues. "You may hold out long enough to catch your breath, but it'll only be a matter of time before I overtake you." "Yes, you still think I'm lying? Well, here, how's about I give you some more," Budo shouts. "You're finished, Saiyan. You never stood a chance, and you never will, no matter how many of these transformations you undergo. It will never be enough to silence me." To which upon Budo now shown having to use even more power and slightly being shown pushing Goku behind, it was just as Goku was now shown struggling to maintain his composure where Akuma went on to chime in, "That's right, Budo, his entire body is trembling from the weight of your attack, and so now finish the job. The platform beneath him is starting to break, so now do it," with Yoshida responding, "Oh, this is so good. That mortal's body looks like it's about to explode from how tense it is down there. Oh, I can barely sit still over here from all of this excitement. Budo's got his number. Too much? You should have listened when I told you a long time ago, Saiyan. And so you will either fry your body and burn to death or be blown into the void," Budo went on to shout. "But I'll still be kind enough to ask you one more time, Goku. Do you give up? Do you quit? If if you accept and give up now, then I will let up and spare you the humiliation. So now what's it going to be? With the Grand Prix chiming in, and it's a very tough call to make here, especially since Budo hasn't already dropped the Saiyan out by now, nor killed or knocked him out. I wonder, with Whis responding, don't let the force of this struggle be what breaks you now, Goku. This was the exact reason on why you trained with me. So now push through this pain and overcome his efforts. With Goku responding, you still don't get it, do you? You still aren't able to see beyond your own pride that I would rather accept death and die before I would ever quit and give up in a fight that involves life or death. Yeah, sure, I'm teetering on the edge here, but even if the odds are shown being stacked against me, I will never let that be what breaks me. Not then, and certainly not now, Budo. And so my answer is no. I will not quit. With Budo asking, you what? No. Wait, what's going on with his power? He has more? 5th strongest in the multiverse or not? Stronger than me or not? I cannot and will not lose! To which, surprisingly enough, with Goku now shown having to exert even more power by pushing Budo back even more, it was only upon Goku now being shown doing this where Yoshida went on to respond, you've got to be kidding me. The Saiyan still has even more power left within him to push Budo back? Are we still allowed to change our bets here? I think I'd want to change mine in favor of the Saiyan now that I'm seeing this, with Akuma responding, you've lived so much longer than this mortal, Budo, so how is he able to give you this much trouble? Obliterate him like you were supposed to do and stop allowing for him to push back. Hey, look over there, Yoshida responds. He's being pushed towards the edge of the platform that he is on too, and it's breaking. I am amazed to see how both warriors are extremely resilient in their efforts of not falling to the other, and dare I even say, the Grand Prix chimes in, the first time that something like this has ever happened with Budo, as Budo went on to respond, God, just how in the world is this Saiyan able to still conjure up and use this much power? Where is he getting all of this energy from? It's not possible. Yet he's still not willing to quit. But why? What an anomalous creature this Saiyan is. I've never seen a mortal this determined to win, especially not against me, and he won't be the first to do it. I swear it. So you are still able to use a bit more power than I thought you could, but that still won't change the outcome of this battle, Son Goku. Pushing me towards the edge is one thing, but winning is another. And so I have way more power left than you do to continue this, and so you will fail. Do you hear me? You will fail, Goku. You have no chance. And I have seen and experienced so many things since I was just a little boy, Goku went on to comment. The friends I've made, the enemies I've faced, the sacrifices I've made, the lessons I've learned. And everything was meant to take me into where I needed to be next, and this here is no different, Budo. But I wouldn't expect for you to understand, especially since you and I couldn't be any more different. But one thing's for certain, and that's you may think you know everything that there is to know about me, and you may think that this is the limit of my power, but you couldn't be any more wrong, Budo. I may not be where you are, but just know that's only because I've yet to get there, Goku continues. Every step I took and every move I made against you was done with purpose. Or are you not starting to see it for yourself, Goku questions? Because the writing was on the wall from the start, with Budo responding, oh please, Son Goku, done with purpose? And what purpose was that to be? Nearly getting yourself killed against me in the process? You've lost your mind, warrior. Now close your eyes while I push you over the edge. And here it comes, Takiro went on to say to himself, I knew it. Yeah, am I losing my mind, Budo? Or were you the one to overlook one very important detail that I managed to do during our fight that you've completely forgotten about, Goku questions? Hey, wait a minute, Yoshida says. Look, that ball of energy that the mortal fired before is moving. But of course, Akuma shouts. Why couldn't we see this happen happened before. Budo! The Saiyan never missed one of his attacks from earlier. That ball of energy was a trap, to which Budo went on to ask, what did you just say? Wait, that ball of light was a trap he placed? Wait a second, he never purposely missed when he shot at me. He strategically placed that there all along. To which seconds later, to the sudden shock and surprise of everyone watching, as soon as Budo was now being shown getting struck by Goku's ball of light, not only was this attack effective enough in deterring Budo's focus, but it had also appeared as though the platform beneath Budo was beginning to break, as Whis went on to shout, yes, it was just like when we trained. This is your moment, Goku. Look there, Yoshido comments, the platform beneath Budo is breaking. Budo, move out of the way now. There's my chance.
Full power!
To where with Goku now finally being shown unleashing all of his power now onto the surface and drawing forth an even bigger white dragon than how he did before, this in fact had now proven to be the exact opening that Goku had been looking for this entire time, because not only with Goku's gigantic dragon cannon now beginning to overwhelm Budo as the platform beneath him was breaking, but Goku from there on had gone as far as to make sure that he had put everything he possibly had into making sure that Budo was knocked over, to which by the very end, with the platform beneath Budo now shown completely disintegrating, this had only then resulted in Budo's body now shown descending on into the void, as Budo went on to shout, curse you, Son Goku! Whoa, what just happened, Yoshido questions? The entire stage is gone. Who won? I can't tell yet, Akuma responds. I don't see Budo, which means... Well played, mortal. Well played, Takira says. In which seconds later, the moment Budo's body was now shown being teleported near the spectator seats, that's when Akuma went on to shout, impossible! How could you have fumbled this badly? But I can't, Yoshido responds. Whoa, what an unbelievably shocking ending, the Grand Priest went on to shout. The 5th strongest in the multiverse, Budo, has hereby officially been eliminated by Son Goku of the 7th via ring out. I really can't believe it, Yoshido comments. He actually won, Akuma says. To where even Budo himself now could not believe the outcome of this battle, as Budo went on to question, what did you just say? I lost? He wrung me out? No. He cheated. There's just no possible way. There just can't be. No, I'm afraid it's fair, the Grand Priest says. That attack of his has been looming above your head since you started your battle with Goku, and so it's within the rules. Son Goku looked as though he was waiting for the perfect moment to use that little trick of his, and as a result, he was able to strike your body with enough force to break the ground beneath you, allowing for him to push you out with the full force of his dragon cannon. So therefore, no rules were broken, the Grand Priest continues. And now that your battle with him is over, let me go ahead and fix the stage so that the next fight may begin. You should have been watching, Budo. I'm very surprised that you completely overlooked that. To which it was just upon with the Grand Priest now being shown having to reassemble the stage where Budo went on to respond, that cannot possibly count as a legitimate victory over me. He took the coward's way out and he knows that he did. I demand a rematch with him immediately. He knew he couldn't submit me or knock me out, let alone kill me in battle, so that shouldn't count. Well, ring outs are of course legal, and so therefore it's the method he decided to use in order to beat you, Budo. But he did not beat me and he knows he couldn't. That's why he resorted to wanting to throw me out instead of fighting me to the death. No, I demand for a redo right now. I will not stand to allow for this to fly. You hear me, Goku? You never beat me and you know it. Accept that you took the coward's way out and accept my rematch right now, you little snake. Well, I'm afraid your request cannot be granted, Budo, the Grand Priest responds. He is within the rules of beating you. No, I will not stand for this nonsense. How could you be proud of what you just did, Budo questions. A true warrior fights their opponent opponent until they die, as Yoshida went on to chime in. Well, face it, Budo, you allowed for the little ape-man to get the better of you, and so you lost. I tried telling you that you should have tagged one of us in to trade places. And you just shut your mouth, Yoshida. Unless you want to try me next, I never needed your help. With Goku responding, I did it. Darn. I can barely feel anything, let alone stand on my feet here. But I can't believe that it worked out in my favor. And here I thought he knew all about that thing while it was hovering up there the entire time. You all saw what happened, and you all know exactly what it is that I am saying is true, Budo went on to continue. So whoever is next to battle him, I demand that you trade your place with me at once. I am not finished with him, and so I am not going to stand for this humiliation. So now whichever one of you is selected to fight him next, I demand for you to swap places with me so that I may kill this Saiyan immediately. With Takira responding, you know very well that none of us are going to agree to those terms of yours, Budo. It's best if you take your place at your throne and watch as the next fight begins. You lost. That fight was on you. With Budo responding, and you expect me to just accept that? He doesn't deserve that victory, and you all know it to be true, damn it. With the Grand Priest responding, well, I hope there isn't a problem here, Budo. We are not going to be arguing with you on this decision. You were eliminated on your own watch via ring out, despite however it may be that it was done. And so, of course, therefore, you are to sit this out and watch as the next fight involving the Saiyan begins. I understand your frustrations, but are you really going to try and challenge me on this decision here? We all saw what just took place down there, the Grand Priest continues, and so I do hope that you understand and watch as the next battle begins, Budo. And so now, a job well done, Saiyan. You truly shattered our outlook on you, the Grand Priest went on to tell Goku. You will hereby remain where you are as you await your next opponent among the 5 strongest in the multiverse. On a technical basis, since managing to ring Budo out, who is the 5th ranking mightiest in the multiverse, this now hereby grants you the technical title of sharing a similar position to Budo after defeating him as the 5th ranking strongest in the multiverse. And it was well earned of you, to say the least, and so congratulations, Son Goku. Now please remain put while I get everything situated with you. As Whis went on to respond, I cannot express to you on how proud I am of this accomplishment, Goku. You exceeded my expectations in this battle and then some. You made me proud, Saiyan. Very good job. With Goku responding, and I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Whis. To where even then, despite Goku's momentary celebration with Whis, it was only from that point here on where we then see how Akuma began to rise up from his throne as the Grand Priest went on to comment, and now then, from here on moving forward, your next opponent will be the 4th ranking strongest in the multiverse, Akuma. Akuma, you may take your leave now and enter onto the stage. With Akuma responding, as expected, I'm going to break that mortal in more ways than he can possibly even begin to imagine. I'll make sure to do what Budo was too prideful to do himself, so this won't take very long. I'm not going to give that Saiyan the freedom that Budo gave him, which drove him into defeat. So this should be a quick battle. With the Grand Priest continuing, once both warriors are in the ring and ready to engage, you will both start on my command and only on my command, and so we will wait as both fighters prepare so that we may begin. With Goku responding, so he's my next opponent, is he? Yeah, that's the weird one who mainly uses magic and all other kinds of mind and reality manipulation abilities. And unlike Budo, it's hard to get a good read on this guy since it almost feels like he's dead, but not really. It's strange, but I've got to watch it. Hey Akuma, Yoshida went on to ask, don't go botching things up like Budo did and put this Saiyan in his place, because if you don't, then I will tag you out. Just wanted to let you know. With Akuma responding, and you think I care about forcing the Saiyan to quit like Budo? I got this, and so you will stay where you are and watch for the time being. In which upon Akuma now shown having to make his way onto the stage, that was what Whis went on to then tell Goku, remember what you learned while training with me, Goku. Each of the 5 are very powerful and extremely dangerous in their own unique ways, and so don't allow yourself to fall victim to any of their tactics. Good luck out there, Goku. Got it. Thanks for the advice, Whis. Goku went on to respond. So, you're my next opponent, huh? Well, I gotta admit, you're a really strange one among the others up there. With Akuma responding, You have quite the support system up there by having Whis cheer you on the way he is. It's very rare to see an angel take up for a mortal in battle, let alone accepting one to train under, but that's as much as I'll give you, Akuma says. I am not Budo, and therefore I am much stronger. You're a lot tougher than we originally gave you credit for, and that was something that Budo foolishly undermined when fighting you. However, now that we were able to see your full power on display, there will be nothing that you can do against me that will work, including tricking me with a hidden attack like you did Budo, with Goku responding, yeah, is that so? Well, I kind of already knew that you'd be a little tricky to take down, and so I guess trying to ring you out may not be what's best since you already saw what I did there against Budo, but even then, I'll find a way. I can't imagine all of the tricks that you're likely hiding up your sleeve there, but if anything, I'm really excited to find out, Goku continues. Well, so as long as they don't kill me, that is, but I think I'll be okay. But if you could just give me a minute here so I can just catch my breath because, well, my body feels like a pile of jelly, and so I don't want to miss my mark here once we start fighting. In which, shockingly enough, before their fight actually began, we only from that point then see how the Grand Priest was beginning to heal Goku as the Grand Priest went on to comment, well, hold on there, about that. It wouldn't be right to have you battle against the fourth strongest if you are already depleted of energy, and so I will restore your power back to full strength, so that way you both can fight evenly during your battle without you being limited due to the battle you've waged prior. Consider this a preset of sorts, with Goku responding, I'm back to full strength? But wait, wasn't that a part of one of my lifeline perks? With the Grand Priest responding, it was, but I will hereby allow for you to choose one of the three during your battle if you wish to have aid against those whom you fight, which of course that will be the following: a rematch if you were to lose, undoing your defeat as a result, an option to restore yourself back to full power during the course of your fight, and lastly, the option to call forth any warrior as your aid in fighting alongside you during your battle. These are yours to choose from. You may call for any of these, minus of course the rematch perk, at any time if you feel the need to, the Grand Priest continues, and if you choose to do so, then that perk will not be used again later. And so now, if the two of you are ready, you may signal to me if you are, so that way we can begin. Any last words that either of you have for the other? With Akuma responding, you should strongly consider using everything in your arsenal to stop me early on, Saiyan, because what you are about to experience with me are only things that you will find in your deepest, darkest nightmares, Akuma says. A puny monkey man such as yourself could never understand, but you're about to, with Goku responding, yeah, well, even though I don't really know what to expect to come from you since you operate differently than Budo, whatever it may be that you have waiting for me, I'm ready, Akuma. It's an honor nonetheless to be in here with you all, and so I'm ready whenever you are to do this, with the Grand Priest responding, wonderful, and now then, fighters, on my signal, Saiyan Warrior Goku from the 7th universe and 4th ranking strongest in the multiverse Akuma, if you are ready, then let the second round in the tournament of the strongest in the multiverse begin! To which all the while in the meantime, as this was shown going on, when then making our way back on over to Earth, with Android 18 shown collapsing right before Orange Piccolo and Android 17, that was when Orange Piccolo went on to tell 17, oh, curse them both! She won't make it unless we do something to help her, 17. But with Cooler there watching over us, we'd be walking into our graves if we try and grab her. Aw, damn that monster, 17 responds. We've still got to try or she'll bleed out if we don't do anything to help her. Oh, trust me, Frieza says. The two of you aren't going to be doing anything unless you want your dear old pink friend here to suffer a similar fate as to that of the android. You just stay put. We'll be getting to the both of you shortly after we squeeze whatever we can out of those two first. So now then, are we through with the Saiyan, Cooler? Frieza asks, with Cooler responding, this one is as good as dead to me anyways. It's a shame that you were this stubborn in refusing to give us the information that me and Frieza had been looking for, but this is the price that you will have to pay then. Now start with your head and cut my way down until you are completely sliced in half, Cooler says. Goodbye, mighty Super Saiyan. But then, it was only to the sudden shock and surprise of everyone there, where it was from out of nowhere where Vegeta was now shown having to make his way onto Earth by punching Cooler in the face by shouting, I don't think so, with Orange Piccolo chiming in, can it really be? It is! Vegeta's here! Vegeta, it's really you, Gohan says. But where did you just come from? I owe you one for that. Thank you, but where's my dad? You're alone? With Vegeta responding, you can thank me later. Kakarot isn't here at the moment, and so I'll be taking it from here. I knew there was something going on with you, and I was right to have kept my eye on you when I first felt your power, Vegeta says. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Frieza? And I can already see that much has changed, but just like you, much has changed with me as well. As a very irritated Frieza went on to respond, Vegeta. Well, I'm surprised to see you come here all by yourself without the aid of your other little monkey friend to help you. Interesting that you'd mentioned that Goku isn't here at the moment. Then just where exactly could he be if he isn't here with you then? Either way, I'm glad that you're here because this at least will give us the chance to wipe away one of the two that we're looking for. And so now that you're here, Vegeta, why don't we catch up with one another and see these changes be brought forth then, because I can promise you that we have much to show you, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 40 special then comes to a close. Now this is it, with Goku now finally advancing on forward in battling the next contestant, which is that of Akuma. Goku's original idea was to use that ball of energy as a means of being the distraction that he needed for Budo in order to wring him out, because this entire time while everybody else assumed that Goku simply had piss poor aim, Goku instead was playing 4D chess with Budo in keeping that little ball of energy intact in the sky until he needed it, to which now the ultimate question then remains, will Goku have what it takes now in order to defeat the 4th strongest, on top of now seeing Vegeta make his presence known by saving Beast Gohan on Earth, in which all of this and so much more will be made available in the upcoming manga chapter, which is that of manga chapter number 41, which will of course be made exclusively available to all of my Patreon members first to see. So if you not only want to go ahead and support the channel, but also gain exclusive access, sneak peeks, and tons of more content before anybody else, then I do encourage you all to become a member of my Patreon today, patreon.com/UnrealEntGaming. The links to that will be located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well, because as things are now beginning to ramp up, I can only promise you that things are going to get even more chaotic moving forward, and so to that, I cannot wait to show you guys what is about to happen next. So again, thank you all so much for watching, thank you all so much for your support, to where once more, if you also just so happen to be new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball, then I do encourage you all to head on over and smash that subscribe button, on top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up right now by smashing that like button down below. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy everybody and have a great day. Peace!
Hello! Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi!
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.